This is Fred Beck from Fred Talks Fighting, proudly sponsored by Empire Fight Store and joined in person once again by Mams Taylor. Mams, I've had so many DMs.
Prime.
And Prime.
Sponsored
If I get a Prime
by
here.
Prime.
Wait, what's nicer? We got the... Have one of these, sir.
Yeah, take one.
Take one of these. Hold it to the camera, Mams, for thumbnail.
Powered by Prime. Fred Talks Fighting.
The red as well, always gonna have the red one.
Oh, that's for you, yeah. It's not my I
What's
love
your
it.
favourite, really?
I actually, unpopular opinion, I'm a grape guy. But I like the ice pop a lot as well.
Okay. And Prime, they just sponsored Arsenal. Anything else on the line for them?
Yes.
Something coming soon, you can't announce yet.
Absolutely can't announce anything, yeah.
Okay. So, I've had so many DMs, I had more DMs about our interview. Because we already did a nice 40-minute to an hour interview in the hotel, but then the audio
that up?
corrupted.
Did you put it up?
No, I could put it up, but the audio is so bad, it's a bad look for the channel, and it wouldn't look good on us, because the audio is terrible. But we'll touch on a few things you mentioned there. You said you wanted me to box in the ring, Mams, on one of these shows.
I do.
What's the possibility of that happening, and who would I fight?
When you're 18 now, right?
Yeah, I'm 18.
We'd have to find an opponent that's close to weight and experience, and that's it. That's all that matters. As long as you're both happy with the fight, and we'll you know, if I foresee it to be a good fight and exciting and everything, and a nice build up, then I think, who else is there that does a channel that you could fight?
I don't know. It's quite interesting to think about. I don't like hurting, like in the boxing. After amateur fights, say I just stop their opponent, then I'd feel really kind of sad about it. Oh, I'm sorry about that, mate. Let's ask a question about KSI. So he'll fight Swarm's first fight, and is a Mexican opponent, and then it'll be in the main event.
In the final fight.
In the final fight. So what happens if KSI gets cut or gets a hand injury in the first fight?
Doctor has to approve a second fight. So, look, we're taking a risk, and no risk, no reward. And at the end of the day, I think he's displaying that he's got some big balls, and he's the one getting in there. But we all believe in him 100%. We're not the type that have a plan B when it comes to what we fully believe. You know, in terms of, I remember a long time ago, people were like, how can you shoot the music video after the Logan fight the day after? What if he loses? What's the plan B? I said, he's not losing, there is no plan B. That's it. You know, so that's the mentality you've got to have to do these kinds of things, I think. And that's it. We're just...
Do you think that's the same in life as being successful?
Yes.
You want to have the plan A and no plan B, no plan C. You want to go straight for it, die for it almost.
Because, I mean, look, the sensible mind tells you to have a plan B, right? And yes, you have to have a plan B in the infrastructure of certain businesses and stuff. But when it comes to your goals and ambitions, if you have a plan B, you're leaving room for error and room for you not to achieve your goal.
Okay.
So you're already telling the universe, not to get too hippy-dippy, but you're telling the universe that there's a possibility I'm going to fail. So if you're saying that, then there's a possibility you're going to fail. But what if you say, no, I'm not going to fail, I'm just going to keep going and I'm going to make this happen. And that's why I think optimism and discipline, I always say optimism and discipline are the two keys to succeeding in anything.
Okay,
You know?
that's quite interesting. So what advice do you have for me, Mams, then, coming up in the interview scene? How do I be successful at it?
No plan B. I think you just carry on doing what you're doing. You are successful.
People say to me, Fred, they always say, look, you interviewed there, you got that many views there, you interviewed that person, that's so good. But I see it's in the past, it's old news now. No one cares about that anymore. People say to me, oh yeah, look, you interviewed that person, that's really cool. But I see, it's in the past, it's gone forever, it's on to the next thing. So I believe you can't look back at your success, but you can't look back at your failure either. It's got to keep moving forward.
You've got to be present with what you're doing, put a plan together, but keep doing what you're doing. It's not that you're looking back at your past, but you should acknowledge and be proud of the achievements that you've already had, because you've done really well and you're young.
So I don't know. People say it to me, but I think I don't know. I could do more.
No, you can always do more, but look. I called you the other day.
That's really nice. That cheered me up, actually. That's really nice of you.
Yeah, because I actually see so much potential in you becoming a top guy in this space. And you already are, you're, in this particular space, you're one of my favorites.
That's nice.
So I think you just carry on going, and you're humble enough to take advice. You don't get defensive. And that's a key as well. Yes, be determined and single-minded. I'm going to get this done. I'm going to get this done. But when someone comes and says, by the way, this could be a bit better, or you could do that, evaluate it and see if there's any substance to what they're saying.
Okay.
And
Any room for improvement?
if there is room for improvement, then you've got to take it on board. That's it, and you already have. I've noticed the advice I gave you. It's already, you haven't done the things that I criticized you for constructively.
Yeah, that was really nice. You calling me up. I do appreciate it. It's nice. It's weird now when I get random people just calling me up out of nowhere. I say I'm out with my mates and I get about 5 calls on my phone. I say, all right, I'll shut my phone off. Give it to a mate, hold that for the rest of the evening. I guess it's the same for you, but when do you know to turn your phone off? When do you say, okay, let's put work out the side for a second?
Well, yeah, you can hear the chuckle over there. My phone ran out of battery, and
The world stopped.
Yeah, because the thing is, especially when you've got all this stuff going on, it's just like sod's law. Something's going to happen during that time, and I'm just like, oh shit, I'm late on it, So for me, it's at the moment, it's a very important part of my daily life with work, this device over here. But when I retire, I'm taking this phone, taking my laptop.
Throwing it in the lake.
I'm throwing it in my lake, and I'm going to get a rotary dial phone from the 70s or 80s. And if you want to see me, you come to my house. I'll extend the drawbridge if you get the password right. Go across the moat, and we'll hang out.
Past the Diamond Broadbridge, drawbridge. The Mams, I know you got to go, but thanks so much for your time, mate. It's great.
Thank you, always. All right, take care.